and watching Otto from the Grotto.
It's over. It is over. The summer of Otto has come to an end. What is up, everybody? How are you? Live shows, pre-recorded shows, other channels. This is my Terrificon haul video. Yes, this is my haul video. I did pick some stuff up, and I picked up some really cool stuff. And I had an absolute blast doing it. So I'm going to tell you all about it, the things I forgot to do, what I got done, why things were so important to me. So you watched the exclusive backstage footage or back footage. I know you saw that. You saw the pictures of all the amazing people that came in town for this. You saw the really 4 days of comic book greatness that Mitch and his staff and him and his staff and him gave us for the experience at Mohegan Sun, and then Mohegan Sun for being one of the nicest. I go to a lot of casinos. I've been to a lot of casinos. I've been to a lot of hotels. It really is a top-notch casino across the country. From the cleanliness to the pleasantry of the staff to all the things that you have. I can't implore you guys, if you're watching this video and you live in Nova Scotia, if you live in San Bernardino, if you live somewhere, this is a destination con that you can go to. Just see by all our friends that come from Canada, all over the parts of Canada, the people that come from, my friend that came from Alabama, all the different groups of people that show up for this amazing communal weekend of comic books, collectibles, geek culture, and just awesomeness. And you've watched a lot of the videos, and ultimately, I'm going to piggyback on what Mike from Lunch Money Comics said. It is about the comics, because that's why you're there, and you get to buy stuff, but it's about the experiences that you're not going to forget on how you got those comic books, or the people that you were with, or the laughs that you shared, okay? I said this on our live show. What makes this show unique is that it is completely in-house. All the guests eat in-house. All the guests walk around in-house. They're not leaving the facility. So that you always have a chance on stumbling into somebody, and you've seen all the great things, like when Roger had lunch with Snyder and Capullo, when Mike and his crew had breakfast twice with Walt Simonson, the encounters that you have at the craps table. It's just really what it is. So I'm done talking about how great Terrificon is. Next year's number 10. It's already scheduled. The dates are coming out. Watch the last video to find out when you can get the hotel room and the tickets and the vendor badges for being a vendor. If you're a comic book vendor, I implore you to please show up. You will sell your stuff like crazy. This is a comic show. That's what it is meant to be, and it always has stayed tried and true to that. So now, did I buy comics? Yes, I bought comics. Did I get sketches done? Yes, I got sketches done. Did I have an amazing time? Yes. Okay. So I'm going to take a sip of my beverage. Polar Seltzer. There you go. Summer of Otto's come crashing to an end, and it's been a great time. Thank you very much for everybody that's been on the ride with me, following the hashtag Where's Otto, Summer of Otto, and all the great things that we did. I did work over the summer. Let's get it. Listen, in my occupation, I am able to budget my money, which will afford me to have weeks off during the summer vacation. All right. Don't get it twisted. I still bartend 2 nights a week as much as I can. And I did do 4 weeks of 4 days a week of 4-hour shifts, because you do have to work. Okay. But it just wasn't off all day or anything like that. And it's just part of the career path I chose. You know, do I live in a 10,000 square foot mansion, on the Gold Coast of Connecticut? No, I live in suburbia, USA, in a 1,500 square foot house. But you know what? It's about the memories that you make and the time that you have with the people that you enjoy. And that's what summertime to me is all about. So I find out Scotty Young's going to be at Terrificon. Boom. I'm excited. I'm going to get my stuff. 6 months ago, I took these books and I said, these are the books that I'm going to get Scotty Young to sign. My girl, Phoenix. This Moon Knight that I've been holding on for forever, which is high grade. And then these 2 variants that just came out. All right. So these Doom and Scarlet Witch, my other 2 faves. All right. So when I go to Terrificon, I was there for 4 days. That means 4 days of clothes, 4 days of food for the hotel room, 4 days of beverages for the hotel room, 4 days of beverages for food for the family, 4 days of gear to set up to do a live show, and 2 days and 40. I don't know how to say this, and I'm not going to edit this. And 12 hours into the show, I realized I didn't pack it. and there was nobody at home in my house, and nobody came home to get it. So I already screwed up my first mission to have Scotty Young sign this stuff. Okay, fail. Okay, no problem. One of my missions was to get, so this is a piece that I've been working on with Bob McLeod for almost 5 years now, where I took the photo with my daughter, and then year after year at different shows, we have added more to it, with the goal that this year I reproduce this photo with Bob, and I'm going to show you that picture, and it's coming up now. All right, obviously, Zoe's a lot bigger. I'm rocking a Lord shirt. Bob looks the same. And I actually forgot this at MegaCon once. And thanks to George Deep, I got it back. So, yeah, so this was almost out of my possession. This is a one-of-one. This means the world to me. And I hope you enjoy the picture that Zoe, myself, and Bob created, which, again, is part of memories of Terrificon. 2 of these were done at different shows. Cannonball was done first, then Sunspot, then I'm pretty sure Professor X was done at MegaCon, and then this time he signed it at the bottom. All right, so love the other picture. All right. Something else I was working on was my brother Brett, Power Kid Comics. He did our variant. We still have some available. Let me know. He had a blank Sentinel. And I said, you know what? I love the Sentinel character. I love the way Brett draws, especially the way he's drawn me. Brett's been drawing me for, Jesus, I'm 53. He's been drawing me for almost 40 years now. And I thought this would be pretty neat. I did not send this to CGC. I do not need this to be sent to CGC. So this is what we did. A Sentinel. WTF happened at Terrificon 2024, and that's how I feel. I was there Wednesday through Monday. That's a lot, and I can't tell you all the things that happened, all the laughs that I shared. All right, so I picked that up. Really cool. Huge sentimental value to me. Okay. Now, I have been working on this jam piece. You've seen one version of it. I'm doing another one. And these were, I wanted to do this with the idea that I'm not going to pay more than $40 per head sketch for this. Okay. And I've stayed tried and true on this. I added 4 more characters to this. So, at MegaCon, I had Art Adams do Mysterio. He actually did that for free. John Beatty charged me $20 for the Vulture. And then the first Pierce I added at Terrificon was Greg Larson did Rhino. All right. And then Greg LaRoque did this. Papa No Good Comics did the Venom coming off the wing like that. And then I had Sonic Ninja and, oh my God, I can't see it. Who is it? Oh, it's AJ. AJ did the Shocker for me. And they were in the 2 booths next to us. So I really appreciate that. So probably going to add 1 or 2 more. Don't know who's going to do them. Definitely want to add a Doc Ock and maybe a Craven. Yeah, maybe a Craven or maybe an Electro. So Doc Ock, maybe Electro. Actually, I see a spot where I could probably add 3 and maybe something right here if I wanted to. So again, trying to keep this piece under, all these head sketches under $40 to $50. Now, what I really enjoyed was watching the excitement that all my 3 Men in the Basement brothers had getting these sketches done. Roger, you see the picture, worked on this all weekend long, and that one piece cost him less than $250. You tell me a key book that you can buy for less than $250 that has these kind of memories. You can't. That's why I'm really loving these bigger shows with the artists. Sure, the wall books are there, and I love ogling over the first Doom 6.5 or the X-Men 9.2 #1. Like, I love looking at all those big books. But it's the other things that I think are really, really neat. So, all right. Then, I have never had an Adam Hughes head sketch done. All right? And I'm not good at waiting in lines. You guys know that. Like, people get mad at me. Like, Shin has no patience for it. But I saw what Adam Hughes was doing. Somebody said, hey, the line's kind of small. I jumped in, and I was like, let me grab something. So I grabbed I've been holding on to this book for a while. It's Kanan. It was Kanan #1. And I said, what could I have him do? And didn't have it. I'm not gonna have it graded. It's just gonna go. It's in a nice bag right now. It's gonna go on my display on my part of my Star Wars wall. And when I got there, his wife was like, "Oh, you got here right in time because you are the last person in line." And how they did it was they did a signature time and a head sketch line, and the head sketch lines were $100. And I waited for 40 minutes. I had some great 45 minutes. I had some great people in line talking to me. Told many people that I was at the end of the line, and when they came back, felt like I was working the booth. But for $100, I picked up this Adam Hughes head sketch, and I absolutely love it. I should have gone back and got another one, but I didn't know what to do as far as getting that done. But I'm... let me see, my computer just went dark. This is not going well. What the hell? Am I still recording? I guess I'm still recording. I don't know. Sorry, guys. Oh, boy. That's what happens when you try to free ball it. What's happening? This is not good production value right here, everybody. Okay, so do it again. I would do it again in a heartbeat. $100 and an hour in line. I would do it again with no problem. Okay, so pick this up, the Shattered variant. Always love to support the guys at Shattered. Pick that up. I'm going to post that for Mutant Monday. All right. Two experiences that are 1 and 1A. I don't know which one was better. I can't say which one was better. They all meant the world to me. So one of the things that I wanted to do was meet Chris Claremont again. I've had the ability to talk to Chris Claremont, borderline interview Chris Claremont, spend a lot of time with Chris Claremont. He's a very nice guy. He loves to talk, but when you see him in the hotels, give the man his space. He's not a spry chicken anymore. He gets tired, and he gives you guys everything. So when you see him in the hotel lobby just sitting there, give him his space. He doesn't really want to talk about New Mutants or Dark Phoenix, but he did talk about it to me at the show. But anyway, so one book that I absolutely loved growing up and I thought was so important was X-Men 170, okay? Such an iconic book. Actually, 2.5 stories in this, but truly an amazing book where you see how violent the X-Men need to be and how violent such a peaceful character like Storm can be, okay? So this is actually a Mark Jewelers insert. It's a newsstand. It's something that I bought at Little Giant for a great price with the expectation that I was going to have Chris Claremont sign it and talk about it. But I was in line with Joey. See the picture? Joey had the same book as me, except I had this version of it still in a wrapper. This is God Loves, Man Kills, the hardcover. This, believe it or not, is an extended version. Shout out to Marvel Fan 80. He actually gifted this to me. And I said, this is what I'm going to have Chris Claremont sign. So when he saw Joey's, he started talking about how important God Loves, Man Kills is. And he will always tell you how this is, if you ever read one story to understand the antithesis, the underlying importance of the X-Men and mutants in modern day, read this book. So then he's talking about it, and then Joey goes to the side, and he sees this in hardcover. He goes, let me see that. Where did you get it? And I'm like, it was gifted to me. He goes, I don't see this anywhere. He opens it up, and he goes, this has a prelude to the story and an end that was cut out. So this is technically like the extended cut, and he talks about the importance of it and why the beginning and the end was important and how Neil Adams was involved. And you see how the back end story was redone, and he was just going on and on. I almost felt like giving it to him. I was almost like, here you go. Take it. Hopefully I can get another one, but obviously it means a lot more to you. But I digress. I didn't. But I did have him sign the inside. Now check out this. Is this not the beginning of either a sketch, X-Men heavy sketch center or signatures or something like that right in this, knowing how Chris Claremont felt about it? So, I mean, I've got over 3 great, this is like 11 by 7. I mean, this is oversized, right? Like compared to, right, like just to give you an idea of how big this is. So this might be another side quest that Otto goes on to have sketches done and head pieces done in this God Loves, Man Kills. And every time I see Chris Claremont, I'm going to have him sign it. I swear to God, that's one of my things. So that was amazing, awesome. That video you can see in one of the previous videos that we did where he talks about Phoenix and New Mutants and everything like that. So Then it was time to meet Charlie Cox. And shout out to my man. It's one of Joey doing deals with boys. Again, I don't really like to follow the rules, but I found out there was some specific rules on how to meet Charlie Cox and how you had to buy the tickets in advance. And what did I know? I was just going to walk up and see if I can get his autograph. But it don't work like that, you know. So, you know, even Otto's got to stand in some lines. So I got on the phone. I got on the app. I purchased the ticket. But previous to this, I said to myself, what am I going to have Charlie Cox sign? What issue of Daredevil is important to me? And I went back and forth with it. And then it was staring me in the face. At first, I was going to have him, for a quick second, I mean a millisecond, a nanosecond, I thought about cracking my Daredevil 1 5.5 white pages and having him sign that. But that slowly went to the back. Then I said, let me see if I can find a coverless copy, a 0.5 of Daredevil #1, and I'll have him sign that and get that graded. But then I was like, yeah, no. Then all of a sudden, I saw the picture that you see him holding. That's a blank variant Daredevil that my brother Brett did and sold it to me. And you see the mustard cover with the suit. I go, that's it. It's brilliant. That's what I'm going to have him sign. So I waited in line with my boy. I was there with my boy Biohazard, Planet Mayhem, and Broke Boy Comics was in line with me. And then all of a sudden I started looking through this variant box and I see this for $10. This is a Mike Zeck Punisher cover. I go, you know, I'm a Punisher fan. I'm a Mike Zeck fan, but this is a pretty cool variant. So I jumped all over this for like $10. So shout out to the guy who sold it to me. And then I got to meet Charlie Cox. And he signed the comic that my brother drew, the Daredevil one. He said, he wrote on it, this is great. He wrote the Daredevil on it. He wrote DD on it. He signed it. Then I took the picture that you see here with him. And then I went to Brett. Brett signed it. And now it's off the CGC getting graded. And it is a high grade contender. So again, a 1 of 1 that I'm really excited for to get back. He was a nice guy. The line moves so cool. I would absolutely do it again. And I've actually been binge watching Daredevil now, watching specific episodes, and I've really been enjoying it. Daredevil is really awesome. It's just great, and he just plays a great Daredevil. And listen, I'm also going to tell you, I am an unabashed fan, and I will stand up for this movie all the time, of the Ben Affleck Daredevil. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I can watch it all day long. I mean, is it Shawshank Redemption? No. But it is, for the time, I mean, it's almost 30 years old. It was pretty good, all right? I mean, they show Joe Quesada getting cut in half. You've got Joey Pants in it, you know, the Kingpin, the other characters, Elektra, I mean, Jennifer Garner, second sweetheart. So loved it, loved it, loved it. I tell you that all the time. So this really brought back my zeal and appreciation for Daredevil. I'm slowly working on that Daredevil one, graded 1 through 12. And I'm trying to get 1 through 200, which I'm very close to. Not all graded, but 1 to 200, especially the Death of Elektra, which in my opinion, if Crisis on Infinite Earth is 2, Dark Phoenix, the Death of Phoenix is 1 to me. The Death of Elektra is 1A, then probably Crisis on Infinite Earths. And then I'll go down to, what can I go down to? Then, so I would probably go down to the Judas Contract, and then I would go down to other series that I thought were important. But yeah, just really great. Loved it. And then it's off the CGC. So 2 great experiences. And I know you're asking, what about the Christmas card? I did not get the opportunity to have Jim Lee sign it. However, I did have Eric Larson sign it. And who else did I have sign it? I had Eric Larson sign it. Oh, and Scotty Young signed it. Thanks to Chinmo. Scotty Young signed it right there. So Eric Larson, Scotty Young have now signed it. Will I ever get Jim Lee to sign it? Maybe. I'm absolutely running out of space. I see maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 more spaces for it. Remember, I give these out during Christmas time. Signatures that I've added this year are Mike Grell. God, who else did I add this year? Chris Claremont last year. I mean, you've got Donnie Cates, Jim Shooter, Art Adams, Steranko, Bob McLeod, Adam Hughes, Mike Zeck, Clayton Crane, Joe Jusko. I got Larry Hama, John Beatty, Al Milgram, Klaus, Walt, Roy, Luis, Fabian, Donnie Cates, if I already said that, Marv Wolfman. I mean, it's unbelievable. So, got a few. So I've got a few more spaces to go. Remember, this is something that I give out around Christmas time. So November, when we start doing our live shows, hit up 3 Men in the Basement, and I will get one off to you. Okay. So, hope you enjoyed my haul video. Hope you enjoyed me talking. Stay tuned to all the great things that 3 Men in the Basement has planned. We're going to try to give you the live shows every 2 weeks like we typically do. So comment, share, like all our videos. Tell all your friends about it. Tell all your friends about Terrificon. We've got lots of things coming up. Little Giant, King Con. The 3 Men in the Basement comic swap is happening next year. Please tell your friends. If you're traveling from out of town and you want to make a 3-day weekend out of it, we guarantee, 3 Men in the Basement guarantee you 3 days of great comic book and friend fun. If there's anything Roger and I know how to do with Chinmo and Dave is host an event. And we'll have an event for you every single day, whether it's a store opening up privately for you, maybe on a Friday, the swap on Saturday, and then comic book karaoke at night, followed by breakfast the next morning, or like some kind of brunch. We will always give you a great time. So if you want to travel, let me know. I do have a block of hotels for under $200 right now. I've got a half dozen of them. If you're interested, let me know. And that's about it. So thank you very much for watching. I took the turtle shirts off. I finally put it away. The summer, this is officially the end of the summer of Otto. Wow. All right. I am Otto. Thank you for watching 3 Men in the Basement, and we are out. Peace.